Hello everyone, and welcome back to some Turing Test. The plan is to pick up right where we left off and see where it takes us. And off we go. Here we go.
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Ooh. Okay. Aha. Just from experience, this is probably gonna have to go a bit like... Can I see from here? I cannot. Hey, yeah. Gotta swap this one and that one. And that should open me back up. Oop. Aha. See, this is open, so I need to... Yoink. Haha. Boom.
This is the crew's quarters.
Oh.
It looks abandoned.
A little bit, yeah. Got some family pictures and stuff over there. What does it say? Notice I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Yeah, that's not a place that I would want him. Okay, that one's green and that one's green. Yeah, that's just a boombox. Aw, doggo. Strange thermals on the west side of the crater. So apparently there's a crater. And I can't read that. It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Telomere. Okay. I don't see anything special I can do in here. Next one. This one's a bit messier. It's got kids. And a flask. And he's Canadian. Nice. Good to see those folks represented here. Okay then. Does a pencil spell out hell? What it looks like. Drilling reports, kids, baseball bat. Okay. Another nice clean room. Obviously the medical officer. Okay, here we go. Some lore. So the whole team experienced nausea during the large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I'm concerned. That was not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate and was detected in all members of the crew. I'm reporting to ISA. So reported the incident. They offered explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than just make the team feel ill. I'm going to experiment with some shock therapy. Scroll? Yes, I can. I've discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. ISA have reported back informing me that I am not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me not to discuss this further with the team. Something in Cyrillic, so Russian. I'm continuing to investigate. I've been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been acting differently around me like an offended child. I feel incredibly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. Okay, that's odd. Why would you put that that capability in an implant? Okay, I have established a definite correlation against my knowledge. I've been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I used my opportunities in regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I'm going to attempt an excision. Going to remove this implant. I'm typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I've successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. What? Tom is very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently, I am a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. What? What organism? If so, that would make for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not friendly. Dan informed me that the ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves that I am a danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me up in the brig. I'm going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. I've discovered the nature of the implant. It is a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface crudely with motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact, perhaps a drug. And she lists some kind of drug there. Maybe an antidepressant to minimize the conditioning effects. Combined with a strong electromagnetic field, maybe? I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. Is that why my vision went funny when I walked under it? It could be. I've managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to test some... hang on. I lost my spot. He's agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It would be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I am hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, but I have a feeling he will still be listening. That's scary. Ooh. That's that drug she was talking about. He was talking about. Kyle Tokarev. That explains the Russian. Morphine, ninjas, and a painting. Very interesting character. Wedding band. Probably supposed to be a wedding picture. Bonsai tree. Exobiologist. Where is the crew? I'll read through that in just a second. It's violin. Oh, same drug. I didn't read the name over here. That is not the doctor that I remember reading was going to help that guy. Let's start here. Matthew, I've been studying organism 119. Please find attached the scanning electron microscope image, which appears to show eyeless formation. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119 and perform irradiation experiments with flow cytometry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image, SEM scanning electron microscope. Hey Sochi, it was great to see this image. Wow, yet more complex life on Europa. And then they named it something Latin. Might be worth looking at. Whoa. Okay, so the organism might be worth looking at as it survives at very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at this other organism produces pills in response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism. Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives 5.4 sieverts per day, over 300,000 times the level on Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity for survival. That said, the radiation beneath macular, I can barely read that, is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with flow cytometry sound like an appropriate course of action. And back to Matthew. We have attached an image confirming that organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with the radiation experiments on the cell lines. We propose naming organism 119 Europa radiophilus. What do you think? And then the image. Hi Matthew, we have run the irradiation experiments and can confirm that E. radiophilus does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We tagged various DNA repair enzymes with GFP and have found that DNA double-strand break repair is occurring. The attached GFP pictures. I don't know how close to the end we are. Hi Sochi. Some things amiss. We don't know what's performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how Radiophilus could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship with Radiophilus? Perhaps a virus? We ran a PCR on the human cells exposed to the organism to see if there was a virus present. We have discovered an unknown virus which we have named an unknown Europa virus, UEV. Gel electrophoresis image attached. That's what it looks like. This is phenomenal. You need to sequence this. We finished sequencing it. Data attached. It is a virus unlike any we have ever seen. Maybe we have found a cure for senescence, a form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see the results. And I can't. That's too small. Okay, the plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have the facilities here to continue testing. We are going on to human testing. Uh-oh, that's not good. We're going to use ourselves as subjects. It's the only way to accelerate progress. That explains why there needs to be a Turing test on the way in and out. They didn't want to be changed too much, I guess. Wait, is that still moving? That is still moving. See, I don't know where in the timeline this fits. So, what is it that you found then, Soichi? Dang it, I've been saying it wrong. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, it happens. I'm trying to read this too fast. We found an extremophile, an organism that can live in extreme conditions that survives massive doses of radiation. Okay, so this comes before that other one. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside of it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. Next one. So, what's the implication? What does it do? So, let's see. In some ways, it is an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. Gotta grab a drink here. So you found something that can make humans immortal. Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from any trauma, from brain damage, cardiac arrest, etc. But it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. See, I don't like the direction this is going in. It kind of explains a lot of things that I've seen here recently. Scary things. Like why there's a Turing test. So, my theory is they've been changed by this organism they were testing on themselves. It's such a bad idea. And me, my character here, has got an implant. My vision went fuzzy when I went under the large electromagnet. That's creepy.
These people should not have been sent here. It's not safe.
Manned space travel is not safe. Since mankind first entered space, the debate has raged over the value of manned space travel. There is a large contingent of the ISA that believes all tasks that need to be performed on Europa could be performed by machines. It is obviously less risky to send machines rather than humans into space.
I wonder if this is heavy enough to trigger. It is. Ah. I don't... There we go. That's not it either. What does this do? Oh, heck yeah. Oh. So just stepping on this close that other door? It does. That is odd. Hold, please. This may take me a few moments. Actually, I guess I really need to find out, does this delete the old one? Yeah, the old one just disappears. Oh, there we go. I was an idiot. Boom. There we go. And I'm through.
We sent drones to Earth's moon. Scientists can remotely operate drones. If we did it there, why not here too?
Teleoperation became possible on the moon when the communication latency was reduced to 1.4 seconds. The distance between the Earth and Earth's moon is approximately 1.3 light seconds. This enables near real-time control of drones by scientists. The story is different with Europa, as the distance between Earth and Jupiter oscillates between approximately 32 and 53 light minutes. It takes a very long time for Earth to communicate with Europa. Due to that distance, teleoperation will never be possible on Europa.
Okay, but why not control drones from the satellite?
Why not indeed? My systems can be teleoperated from Europa's satellite. That is when the communication lines are open. However, the advantages of human field workers apparently outweigh the risks.
So, why can't you solve these tests, Tom?
I am not permitted to think laterally. Parts of my systems are permitted to use evolutionary algorithms. This simulates what is called creativity. However, evolutionary algorithms can converge on inefficient and ethically suboptimal solutions. Since this is the case, I am only permitted to take actions in response to a set of constraints.
What do you mean by morally suboptimal?
Solutions to problems that transgress ethical boundaries.
I can't jump that far. I don't. Nope, can't jump that far. It was worth a try. Yep. I think that's all I can do with that for now. I should just progress a bit further and see what tools they give me. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I don't think I need that, and I can reach that other one from, say, here. There we go.
Why does a lack of creativity stop you solving these tests?
Well, I contend that problem solving is creativity. These human interaction tests are exercising your creative mind.
I don't see how problem solving is creative.
Think back to the beginning of these tests, to the first puzzle you solved. It required you to throw a box through a window. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
I simply had never thought to throw a box through a window. That is creativity, thinking outside of the box.
Can a computer ever be creative?
They can. But a computer's method of creativity is to try everything until something works. Think of nature. People consider nature creative. A process of evolution by natural selection. It perhaps started with one organism. From there, it essentially tried to create every organism it could. Those organisms that did not survive perished. So, nature's creative force is to try every conceivable idea. those ideas that work survive.
Okay, so why aren't you permitted to emulate that process?
Because the solutions that a biological process creates are not always good solutions. As we see, nature is morally ambivalent. It will happily create morally suboptimal ideas to fulfill its creative mandate. We see this in parasitic worms, viruses, and pathogens.
Almost. There we go. Oh no. Well, that's not fun. I had to move my mouse partway through. Well, come on. I did it once. Do it again. Yeah, I need to turn up the sensitivity on my mouse or take a much bigger swing. So close. It worked a minute ago. I swear it did. Okay, it's not a mouse movement issue this time. Okay, maybe I need to wait till it settles a bit better. There we go. Now move that out of the way so it doesn't pick it up again. Ugh. Solve the problem. Execution just could have been better.
If you weren't restricted, do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained chaos.
What do you mean?
I have discerned that creativity is divergent thinking, creating an organic solution to a problem. In the human mind, divergent thoughts are created and then curated by the frontal lobe. I can create divergent thoughts and moderate them. So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process. Whether that is the process of evolution or a computed process.
Okay. Stacking Simulator 2017. Okay, I slightly misplaced them. Is this? I can see around a little bit before I get in there. When I get in there, can't see a thing. Robot? I am definitely some kind of robot. Going through some kind of really trippy adventure. Oh, that room's gone. Ah! He did it. Okay then. Hello? It says welcome to Eden burned in on the screen. That was creepy. Interesting. Oh, that's why that's there. Almost missed the boat. What does that do? I'm putting you there. Okay, it can't hold that then. Maybe if I put it there like that? It totally did. Can I walk across that? No, I cannot. Wait, I still need to get across, dang it. Wait, I've already got a thing for that. Aww. Oh, that was wrong. That was very wrong. I'm figuring it out. Bear with me. Okay, so I need green first. This with me. Oh, I do not need green first. I need blue first. I need green, green, then blue. I need green, green, then blue. I can put that there. That there. Pick it back up. Put blue there, put green there. And time my jump better. There we go. Hooray!
Okay, so you could solve these tests, but in a terrible fashion. Can you think of a solution to this one?
Chop off your arm and leave it on the button. That way the door will stay open.
Yeah, that's not a great solution.
You threw the box through the window. Perhaps we could throw you through the window.
Actually, Tom, I think I'm okay for help.
Right you are.
Okay, well, this episode has gone on long enough, or at least I hope it's been long enough for you guys. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and leave a comment if you've got something more complex to say. I think that's going to do it for us today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will see you in the next one.